I think we should be live. This is a new way of doing it, so I'm just checking if this is actually working properly. But yeah, we should be up. Welcome back to another stream. Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments if it's all going well, because I'm now stepped away from the phone and I'm now doing it instead with a slightly better webcam and hopefully some better audio as well. Thanks for joining again. Hello there, Chim Chim. How are you? And yeah, this is cool. I think this is a much better way of doing it. I'm going to be doing it with this sort of more proper setup as we get into it. Hi Blake, thanks for joining. And I'm going to try and play around with this a little bit so I can show you exactly what I want to say and the way I want to say it. So I titled this my 5-year strategy because I want to explain to you exactly what I'm planning to do with this channel, my Life of George channel, and this other platform that I'm setting up, and how I want to build it for the next few years. Happy birthday for June 12th, Blake. Good to see you here. That's next week, so cool. Happy birthday for them, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna show you it right now, and I'm just gonna get straight into it, and you'll see what I mean. So this should work. Right, my 5-year strategy, kind of like an old school slide, old school presentation like you used to get in school. I just whipped this together in the last 20 minutes, but it's just a way of me keeping my thoughts and getting to show you properly how it's gonna work. So I've had to ask myself recently, what do I really want to do with my time? What do I want to spend my time on, considering that, well, for the last couple of months we've all been in this lockdown period where you've had to stop and think about, what do you really want to do? Well, I was already kind of thinking about this before, because over the last 6 months to a year, I've had to consider, do I really just want to keep traveling continuously forever and just putting all the money I earn back into more travel and repeating that cycle and continue doing that? Or what do I really want to do for the future? And don't get me wrong, I've had an amazing time traveling back to back in places over the last 5 years and always being on the road, and it's been incredible. But I think now I've kind of got to a point, I'm almost 30, where I've had to think about, what do I want to do for the future, and what do I want to build that's bigger than just my YouTube channel. I want to try and explain some of that today. So here's the thing, this is what got me started on this whole kind of journey, is the idea that it doesn't matter how long you live. It doesn't matter, you're not just trying to live for the sake of living. It's the life in your years that count, not the years in your life. I think I saw this quote originally on Casey Neistat's Do More video, and it kind of stuck with me then. That although, we only get a limited amount of time to do what we want to do, and we want to try and make the most of that as much as possible. And that's all this basically is. It's Abraham Lincoln's way of saying YOLO, you only live once. And this is what led me down the path of going to travel and trying to do all the things I want to do, because you've got a limited amount of time and you want to make the most of it. And that's really what I have been trying to do over the last few years. But now I started thinking about what can I create that's bigger than myself, and what can I create that will last longer than just trying to make the most out of now? What can I build that's going to be bigger for the future? So originally my idea and my initial aim was just to make enough money to be able to travel continuously. And I'll be completely honest here, and I've said this before, I never just started out a YouTube channel because I loved making videos and I just wanted to throw them up there, and I didn't care about the money side of it. I knew initially that making a YouTube channel would be a way that I'd be able to travel continuously and make money from it, as long as it was something I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong, I loved making videos, but I knew that if I continued doing it, then I'd be able to make enough money to be able to travel continuously. And that was really where the drive for YouTube initially came from. And then once I started making videos, I realized how much I actually enjoy it, how much fun it is, and how much I love creating content, and everything just kind of spiraled from there. But initially, my only aim was to be able to make enough money to be able to travel continuously. because of, like I said, that Abraham Lincoln quote. It's about making the most of the time you have. And I'm kind of fortunate now that I have been able to make it work for me, and I'm fortunate now that I've been able to make enough to travel continuously for the last few years. And from what I've learned and from what I'm able to do, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Like, as you start down this rabbit hole, you realize there's even more ways of making money, and from creating content, there's so many ways that you can make money now that I don't see that changing. And I'm going to run through what they are just to show you like how you can make money from making content. But then I'm going to show you why I'm not just doing this and why I'm planning to do something a bit bigger in the future. Running Boring Entertainment, good name. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for joining. So these are the income streams that I'm currently making money from on my Life of Jord channel. So the main channel that I make videos on and make content on. Initially, the one that most people will know and most people would have heard of is obviously YouTube and YouTube AdSense. Within YouTube, you guys know this because you're watching it on YouTube, you always get the adverts that pop up either before or during the video or to the side. And that's just YouTube's way of making money, but it's also the way of paying creators. Now, I get 60% of the ad revenue that is paid to YouTube for placing adverts there. So if YouTube puts up an advert, they're getting paid 40% of every single creator's videos, every single creator's advertising space, and I get 60% of the ad revenue. It depends massively on the video, on the topic, on how long the video is, on what the video is about, where the viewer is from. And in that sense, it always goes up and down. It can be all over the place, but that's one income stream. I'm not going to go into depth on all of these, but I'm just going to run through them and show you that like this is how I'm making money right now with Life of Jord, and then I'm going to show you more about what the future plans are. So the other way is that I've talked about before is affiliate marketing, basically recommending products and services that I actually believe in and care about. I wouldn't just recommend something unless I use it personally, but by introducing someone to a product or service or to a website, you get a referral fee or affiliate commission. And you can see the easy way to find which affiliate marketing sites work is just go onto any YouTuber's description and see which links they're offering and which links they suggest people to use, because those are probably affiliate links. Next is stock footage, and I sort of realized a few years ago that YouTube and affiliates was up and down, and I'd rather have something that's also completely separate from social media, completely separate from videos. So I started building up a library of stock footage where, I mean, it's all my old B-roll, all my old footage that anyone can go and license to use on their own project, and then I get paid each time someone does that. I've got about 4,500 clips uploaded now that I have done none of the work for, by the way. Using Blackbox, I just send it all to someone, they do all of the editing, uploading, and now I've got 4,500 clips up that pay me decent revenue for stock footage. So Roku and other passive income sites is basically other sites besides YouTube that once you've started building up a library of videos, you can upload all of your videos to those sites and then get paid another income stream the same way that YouTube pays you AdSense. So Roku specifically, I am on a couple of apps on there. If you go into Roku and search Life of George, you might find me. And if anyone watches videos of mine on Roku, I get paid for that. And it's the same with other passive income sites that I've mentioned before as well, and I'll get into probably more in the future on this channel. I've also mentioned recently on this channel some crypto sites. I mentioned before DTube, Hive, and Steemit, and then in another video recently I mentioned the library, and there's always more of these popping up as well. And it's never an amazing, well, I say it's never an amazing amount. There were times when it was an amazing amount each month, and who knows, we could be going there again in the future. But it's not like, over the last couple of years, it hasn't always been a lot of money per month, but it's always been something coming in. And that is the point with each of these as I'm going in. They vary each month, but overall, it's still a solid income from all of these. And there is a point to this, by the way. Brand deals. I also then, not monthly, but whenever a brand opportunity works with the channel, and whenever it actually is something I would be willing to endorse and talk about. Then you also get brand deals and sponsorships coming up because I have a YouTube channel with a couple 100,000 subscribers, and then those videos get a certain amount of views. I wouldn't just I get emails all the time from really spammy, crappy companies, and I wouldn't just promote anything. But if a brand deal does work, and if it's a cooler company or a company that I'd actually recommend people to use and I would book with myself, then I can work with them, and you usually get paid for that. And then the last one is this again. So that was all my Life of George stuff. Now I've started a new YouTube channel, the Creative Money YouTube channel, which I'm going to be able to build up and then apply to all of those things as well. So, I mean, it's going to have its own AdSense, own affiliate links, and everything like that again, as long as I put the same consistent effort into this that I did into the Life of George channel. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and that's what I want to show people, how to do these things on this channel. And in the future I'm going to be showing more of this. And then just because I wanted to also mention, besides just that, if you have a YouTube channel, you can also make money through things like merchandising, which loads of people do, Patreon or fan funding. Facebook also pays AdSense the same as YouTube does. If you upload to Facebook and your video is over 3 minutes long, you can start making money through Facebook ads. Products, so selling anything like a guide to somewhere, selling your presets, or selling a lot is another way of selling a product, or anything else. It doesn't have to be merchandise. You could come up with some sort of physical product that you sell. Speaking engagements is another thing people get paid for. If you go and speak at events, you get paid to appear, and you often have a daily fee. Editing and producing for other YouTube channels is another way that a lot of people start out on YouTube making money. And by building up a massive amount of skills in editing and creating videos, you've then built a portfolio that other people can say, hey, that person did that great work on his channel, he can do that for my channel. So you kind of create an advert for yourself on your YouTube channel to then go and edit and produce videos for someone else's channel. And another one that I haven't really got involved with myself is creating a blog. Loads of people get paid a lot of money for blogging and creating websites, and it is another viable way of making money from your YouTube channel, because every video you've done on YouTube can quite easily be turned into a blog, either just from the captions, like via turning what I've said in this video into a transcript and then creating a blog article out of it, or just writing a blog around your video and then monetizing that in a lot of the same ways as you would a YouTube channel, i.e. affiliates and AdSense and mainly that. But okay, so the point of this is that's where I'm at with the Life of George channel, with this in general. And all of these are individual revenue streams that come in each month. And I'm fairly, without bragging, I guess, I'm comfortable enough. My initial goal was, how can I make money to travel continuously? And now, I'm not going to say I've made it, but I feel like a few years later, I can now make enough money to travel continuously wherever I want. And the point there is that I kind of now have to think, and I have been thinking for the last year, what do I want to do instead? What do I want to do and put my energy towards for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years? Because that goal that I had, I've already achieved it. So what can I do, and what's my next big goal? And how can I help other people to do this? So I've got kind of two options here. Could I just stop and say, I've done this, I've traveled for 5 years now. Shall I just settle down and get a mortgage and be done with it? I've had my fun, and that's all I'm going to do. I don't know. Should I? Nah, not yet. There's no way that's happening just yet. And let me say, I've mentioned about investments on this channel already. As an investment, I would definitely get a property at some point, but for right now, it's not my plan just to buy a house and settle down and live in that house and not travel anymore. That's not really in my wheelhouse just yet. So what do I want to do instead? This is where I've got to introduce what I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. And I'm not even going to release the full details now, and I haven't released the full details yet. But since you're here and since you're following this, I'm going to tell you why I've decided to start creating this platform and what it is. So I've decided to create a platform. That platform is going to be called the Creators Tribe. The whole point of this is all of those income streams I just mentioned from creating content and creating a YouTube channel that I've found out the hard way. I want to create a platform. I'm going to create a platform that shows people and helps people to set all of them up. And ultimately, my original goal was to help more people to be able to travel continuously. Right now, it doesn't seem that likely, or it seems less likely that we're able to travel continuously in the same way we were before, like a few months ago. So I'm dropping the travel continuously name for right now, because I think like the idea of travel continuously is a lot harder for a lot of people, mainly because of the restrictions put in place for us for travel. And instead it's going to be the Creators Tribe. And the idea of this, the thing I really want to do is just to help more people to be able to travel and create a passive income through their content. I've done it over the past few years. I've figured, I'm still figuring out all the time. I'm still learning all the time. But I've now learned how to create different income streams and how to manage it. And it all becomes fairly automated. It becomes fairly automatic. And so what I want to do instead is show more people how to do this, so you can either just have a passive income to help you wherever you are if you create a YouTube channel and you just want to have extra money coming in per month, or if you want to have enough money coming in to have the creative freedom to work on the projects you really want to do, or if you want to have enough money coming in just to travel and live off all the videos you created and all of that passive income coming in. That's what I want to do with this. And this is where I'm going to tell you like my next strategy coming out of all of this. So, another quote. I do love quotes. Oh, by the way, that's the cup I've been drinking from, this tribe, the Creators Tribe. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. And I think the main reason I'm putting this in now is because, sure, I could decide to just settle down and I could decide to just stop and I don't know, just slow down. But the time I'm happiest and the time I feel most motivated is when something challenges me and when it's an adventure. And that's when I feel like the most inspired and the most fulfilled, I guess. For me, like, happiness is fulfillment. And I feel the best when I feel fulfilled, and to be fulfilled, I need to have an adventure. And this is kind of the next adventure for me, is creating this platform, creating something new that's a challenge for me, and that's where I want this to lead. So, my 5-year strategy. This is what I want to be doing for the next few years, and I'm laying this out now as a statement to you guys that are watching, but also for myself. So the Life of Jord, my adventure travel channel, is going to stay just that. It's going to be the adventures I go on, the cool things I get to do, and the things I really want to do in life, like climbing mountains, going on treks, doing bucket list things, going and doing those things that I've always wanted to do, and creating cool videos for them. And I still want to show you my life and the other parts of my life as well, but I really want to focus on those cool adventures, those things that like I wish I really wanted to do when I was a kid, and I've really wanted to do over the last couple of years, and going to get to do those things and maybe inspiring more people to travel because of it. And those videos as well will be maybe more shareable. Those videos will be more interesting to people because they're cool things that not a lot of people have done, and places that not a lot of people have been to. I'm not talking about creating just like another Bali travel vlog. It'll be more like climbing this unknown mountain, going to Antarctica, doing those sort of things is what I want to focus on. Then I'm going to have on this channel, the Creative Money channel, the how-to, the behind the scenes, the how you can do it as well, how to create a YouTube channel, how to create content, how to make money from that content, how to create a passive income, and how to invest that passive income so you have a money for the future as well. Because I don't want it just to be like, oh, look, this is how to create a YouTube channel. I think there's enough of that out there already. I want it to be, if you create an income stream, how can then you make that income stream work for you in the future through investments, and how can you create a YouTube channel to give you financial freedom. That's the whole idea of this. Just making videos will give you financial freedom for the rest of your life. How amazing would that be? And that's what I want to do. And then the Creators Tribe, which will be the last sort of part of it, which is a real step-by-step guide to doing it. So everything I've learned, all the mistakes I've learned over time, put into this Creators Tribe, which is going to be a more private community of people that you have to apply to be part of, that we can work together to create a new kind of community of people that want to do the same thing, which is create content, create passive income. And if you want to travel continuously from it, then great. But if you don't, then you've just created a new passive income anyway. It's going to be a community of people that are all connected by that. And those are the three things I want to work on. That's it. For the next 3 to 5 years, that's what I want to do. And that's I think it's important to kind of have these goals and have this strategy in place, because then I can break it down into smaller parts and think, okay, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? And can I stick to it? Should I stick to it? And the answer is yes, I should stick to it, because that's what I want to do. But by having that bigger long-term vision, I can then stick to it, and you'll get to see how it all works. So with that in mind, I broke it down into smaller goals, or I guess bigger goals, but more individual goals, which is that I want to help 1,000 people to travel continuously or to gain creative freedom. And that is basically, I want to help 1,000 people who haven't thought about this before, or are just starting out on it, to create enough passive income for themselves, or recurring income, whatever you want to call it, to be able to travel continuously and do exactly what they want. That is what I wanted more than anything 5 years ago, and that is what I had no clue how to do. There weren't any resources around for it, and now I want to give back to that me in the past and help 1,000 people to be able to do that. I mean, I don't know if that's a modest goal or if that's a over the top big goal. I don't know, but that's what I've got in my mind. Help 1,000 people to do it, and everything will lead towards that. In terms of a more personal goal, I want to travel to 100 countries. Right now I'm on 80, and I was planning to do that a bit sooner, but I think 100 countries is a reasonable goal. Over the next 5 years, it'll probably end up being more than that, if I'm honest, but 100 countries is that's, I don't want to say 150 countries, because then I'm going to be trying to cram it in. 100 countries for me is a reasonable goal. I'm not just trying to go to countries just to tick them off. These are all places that the next 20 countries are all places that I really want to go to, and things I really want to do in those countries. And I also want to spend a longer time in places I'm traveling to as well. So I want to be spending a month in a place rather than a couple of days in a place, and really get to know it, and really get to create videos about the parts of that country that people don't get to see just on the surface. So going deeper into a country, getting to create more in-depth content and doing more real experiences by being in a place longer. And yeah, that's why I put it as 100, because I want to spend a longer time in the places I visit. And finally, complete the Great Wall Marathon eventually. I've tried to do it for 2 years now. First year didn't work out. This year, China and the whole world shut down. Next year, who knows? I'll try to, but let's see where the world goes with that, with China and travel and everything. But within the next 5 years, I'm gonna do that. So that's it, guys. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, let's get back to normal. So yeah, I hope that kind of gives you an idea. That's what I'm trying to do with all of this. And I think if you've watched this, then you're going to kind of see that playing out on my different channels. You're going to see how that works. And I'm going to be giving people on here, people that are watching these videos, early access over everyone else to the Creators Tribe. So I just saw Camby's there saying, give me access. I 100% will. Just stay tuned to these videos, and as soon as it's available, then I'm going to be posting details within these videos on the lives of how you can join. It is going to be a members community, so I'm completely upfront. There is a price for that, but the price that you guys get on Creative Money on here will be the most discounted price anyone will ever get. So on here will be like the real early access, and so if you are interested in that, then make sure to keep checking out these lives and you'll learn more about it. I'm really planning to make that my the thing I've worked hardest on in my life. And I've worked constantly on it for the past couple of months. It's all starting to come together now. Initially, I started creating a online course, and it didn't sit right with me just having a course and taking people's money for a course. And I've filmed 75 videos for that and made it a completely in-depth training on everything I know how to do, and that's going to be a part of it, but that's not the only part of it. I'm still within that is going to be one-on-one coaching, private coaching sessions, live Q&As, meetups, and everything that makes it more of a community. Because I think I see a lot of people creating courses now that are just a one-stop, give me money and then that's it. That's not what I want this to be. So I've already made the course and that's going to be in there. That's not all it is. That's kind of an introduction to it. And in the future, the plan will be to get other people involved as well and just really build it out as a platform. So yeah, that's it. That's my strategy. That is it, chim. That's my strategy for the near future. If you have any questions right now, then let me know. I hope that gives you an insight, and I plan to come back to this in the future. I think I'll do an update each year. I'll do another update of how it changes and give you another presentation on what the next strategy is, and how you guys can stay involved with that as well as we all grow and get to build it together. For now, I hope you enjoyed this. I do prefer having this set up now, so we can actually start to do some more proper live streams, and I'm going to continue this for the rest of June. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.